Alright, what's up everybody? So today we're going to be making an Atlatl spear thrower. An Atlatl was basically a device used back in ancient times to assist in throwing smaller spears. For this project, you're going to need an angle grinder with a cutoff blade. You're going to need a couple of longer screws, so anywhere from 2 to 3 inch screws. The length is up to you. You're going to need some sheet metal, just real thin stuff. You're going to need some metal drill bits. You're going to need a couple of shorter screws, so like 1.5 inch screws. You're going to need a drill. You're going to need a short spear. Now I have another video showing you exactly how to build this spear right here. You check that out. The link's in the lower corner of the screen. You'll need some tin snips, a hammer, and some drill bits. And then you're going to need some dowels. So this right here is a 1.5 by about 2.5 foot dowel. So you're gonna need one like that, and then you're gonna need another one to act as your handle. I think this was an old rake handle that I'm using, so you're gonna need something like that. So as always, check in the description below. I've got links to all the tools and supplies you're gonna need for this project. Once you have all the supplies, you can get started. What we're gonna have to do first is cut this second dowel to fit onto here. So you can see actually where it broke fits fairly well, but we're going to adjust it just a little bit. But basically it's going to sit right on there like that, and here's going to be the handle. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this with the grinder, and I'll show you how that works. Okay, so once you have it cut at a real wide angle like that, you're just going to cut it about 6 to 8 inches further down, just straight across. Okay, so here's what the handle looks like. So now we're just going to attach it to our longer piece by simply screwing it onto the end. But first, we need to cut a long groove in this piece for the spear to sit in. So in order to get this groove, you're basically just going to cut a V shape in the length of the dowel. Okay, so after you're done, you should have a groove in here that your spear can sit in quite nicely. So you can see here, I've got a nice groove here for it to sit in. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put the handle on. So the handle extends down a little ways like that. And that allows you to hold on to the Atlatl and throw your spear. So in order to do that, as I said, we cut the grooves in here. So I'm just going to drill 3 pilot holes and attach this with some 1-inch screws. Now, if your screws stick up through the groove, just take your grinder with the cutoff blade and simply cut off any of the heads that actually comes up through your groove. So now you've got the basic thrower. So now what you got to do is put the notch in the end. So for this notch, I'm simply going to go pretty old school, and I'm simply going to put a screw at an angle in, which will then fit into a hole I drill at the base of this guy. So first, before we do that, we're gonna have to drill the hole at the base of your spear. So this is pretty simple. So you're gonna take your 1/2 inch drill bit. So you're gonna take your 1/2 inch drill bit and you're gonna lay your spear in the thrower. You wanna make sure that the wings on your spearhead are out to the side like that. You don't want it at some weird angle. So you wanna make sure that it's sitting where you want it. And then you're gonna mark there, and so then you're just gonna drill in the very end of the spear. Now this isn't gonna be a super deep notch, it's just gonna be enough for your screw head to rest in and get a little bit of grip on. So I just barely drilled that in, so just the heads were barely starting to take a little bit out. Hopefully you can see that there. So that's all you want there. So now you're gonna put your screw into your Atlatl handle. Okay, so in order to put these fins into my spear, I'm just gonna go the real easy way. Now you want to make sure that the way you split the fins is the same way that this cut is for your spearhead, because if it's different, it'll mess everything up. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this machete, I'm going to line it up where I want it, and I'm just going to pound a split into my spear handle and then slide my metal sheeting in there to act as my fins. Okay, so once you got it split as deep as you want it, then what you're going to do is you're going to take your sheet metal, you're going to slide it in there, and you're going to mark with a Sharpie where you want how you want your fins to be shaped. So I'm just simply going to mark out wings like that, and now I'm just going to cut them out with my tin snips. Okay, so I got my wings cut out here, so I'm just going to slide these in. So once you got them positioned where you want, you simply take your drill and grab a metal drill bit, and you're simply going to drill this through and put a couple of small screws in here to hold these in place. All right, so now I got my fins in place, and I got my Atlatl thrower, and now this guy is pretty much ready to go. So you can see the spear rests in the groove, and the fins here act to stabilize it, and you got the notch here, which is just a screw, You just basically hold it like this and you throw it. All right, well there you go. That's how you make a primitive weapon known as an Atlatl spear thrower. If you like this video, check out my channel. I got lots of other projects on there just like this one. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.